Oh, hello guys. I was researching conniption because, uh, well, some of you may not know because I think the videos have not been uploaded yet, but I started a basic favourite word kind of series, so I believe we got up to B, and then I got sidetracked by other videos and stuff. So today we're at C, and I may upload this before the others, and then just rearrange them in the playlist if I can rearrange videos. Can you do that? Well, let's hope you can. Or I may go back and finish editing or start editing even the A and the B videos, however far I got. Now conniption is partly to do with how it sounds and partly to do with the fact that it's a word if I have ever used it, is very rare that I do. So it's intriguing from that angle. My Oxford English Dictionary points out North American as as some other pages, as some websites did when I was researching informal in North America, which fits. So basic definition is a fit of rage or hysterics. Origin century 19th century, probably an invented word. So it's always good to have neologisms and so on. So conniption. Now, you probably may have come across it at some point online, or of course somebody speaking it verbally. But I have to say it's not a word, even when speaking to Americans, that I come across a lot. So I'm finding it's quite. We're just being treated right now to a bit of sunlight. I'm getting approval by somebody that my videos should go ahead. So thank you for that that sunlight of approval. Yeah, it's not a word I use a lot, if ever, but it's interesting. Conniption. I read it. Here we go. Yeah. It's a very interesting word. I have it. I started writing it on my whiteboard yesterday. Nice big writing. Yes, my pen is held up by magic, and also the fact, helped along by the fact there's a magnet on the other side, also helps ever so slightly. Conniption. It's a nice double N word. So it has a nice sound to it. It's an interesting reference, to a fit of rage. I imagine it's very popular in describing certain presidents, maybe, but which presidents I could not possibly comment on. I'm going to get in trouble again. So it's an interesting North American word. So 19th century. I think I was thinking much more modern. I don't know. I don't know if I had to guess. I'm not really sure. But 19th century. It's not long. That's not 17th century. It's not 18th century. But it's not that's long. I mean that is, it's kind of it's kind of recent-ish kind. It depends on how you see time. Obviously, time is a funny concept. But yeah, it's interesting. I'd not say it's necessarily my favourite word. Here I'm just pointing out some words that I don't know, something was standing out. All words have their place. That's an interesting idea though, as there is that sort of stickiness towards Americans. Allow me to clarify what I'm saying. There's a sort of stickiness and attachment. For example, maybe you are writing a North American speaker, you could have somebody use that kind of language conniption. But it's not. It's interesting. 10-letter word. I do not know how many points that would be in Scrabble. I've not played Scrabble for a little while. Conniption. Noit Pinnock. Noit Pinnock is conniption backwards. Noit Noit. I much prefer how it sounds backwards actually. Noit Pinnock. I think I'm going to coin that word for myself. Coin it. Noit Pinnock. Sounds like Pinocchio almost. Noit Pinnock. Yes. So it's an interesting word. Yeah, as I say, I do not normally use it much anyway. But yeah, it's interesting. Below we have connive, and above we have conning tower, the superstructure of a submarine containing the periscope. Oh, there you go. You always wanted to know, I bet. Conning tower sounds like the Houses of Parliament, but so Noit Pinnock is conniption backwards. Now I'm getting confused. So yeah. Whoops. So this is a we've got some other connotations. Yeah, the conglomerate. I always like conglomerates. It just sounds funny. Conglomerate. It's kind of oh, it's starting to rain. That was quick. Or even snow. Me. Is that snow again? Oh no, it's just Samasu, it's okay. Just blame everything on Samasu. Blame Brexit on Samasu, blame Donald Trump on Samasu. Poor Samasu, he doesn't get it. He only tried to annihilate everyone, he didn't really try to do anything bad. Now he gets blamed for everything. Congress, US Congress of course, as well as more broader meaning, yeah, conglomerate, that's GL sound is interesting. Congolese, Conodonts. A conodont is an extinct marine creature with a long worm-like body and numerous small teeth, now believed to be the earliest vertebrate. Oh, that's interesting. Conoid, consolation, conscientious objector. Yeah, personally for reasons of conscience objects to serving in the armed forces. Yeah, that's a term I use a lot, of course. Conscientious objector. Council tax. They even put council tax in there. Countenance. Court of Appeal. Count noun. Crown wheel. Yes, it's interesting. So, because as I said, I do not use conniption really much. So I dug up a dictionary and did a bit of research and stuff online as well to see well, only I just typed into Google as my research to see its origins basically, and North American was its but you know, still research but yeah, because my expanded whatever research on conniption was, as I was saying, noticing how North Americans tend to use it more and stuff. That was, what the heck is this one? But anyway, so yeah, conniption. My favourite words beginning with a C. Do I have a favourite? Could is probably not my favourite, because could, I much prefer would and will, and that's not you know, in a delusional brand of idealism, but I mean that, you know, but it's in terms of talking about willpower and the trying, because when you start saying this, if you're saying, for example, I could do this, usually that's somebody with a certain mindset where sometimes they're lazy, sometimes they're not lazy, but they're feeling they can't do something. So I much prefer I will do something, and that doesn't mean that. So of course you will succeed, but it's about that kind of mindset that you're just going to give it your all. So it's not being unrealistic, it's accepting that reality can be bended to our will. If we keep trying, we can certainly get close to our dreams. Would and will to could, and can't of course, cannot, can't. They're words that should be banned from the dictionary, banned from everything. No, but it's interesting. Yeah, they all have their own place. and mean different things to different people. Caterpillar, the Hungry Caterpillar, one of our first books read as a child, I guess. Courageous is a good word. Competence, I seem to use a lot to describe people lacking competence. No, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, when I'm writing articles about certain famous individuals, but anyway, I'm talking about Zamasu, of course. Of course, I am. Considerate is good. Courageous. Complicated. There are a lot of complicated things I do like in music. Compounded. I am often describing what I call compounded thinking, and compounded thinking or compounded thoughts processes is a certain it's just a certain type of psychology I'm describing. So I use that a lot. I made up. I think a lot of my own made up words, neologisms, however you want to view them as being. For my, for United Kingdom, for novels, or they just pop into my head for anything, and sometimes I say, oh, that's going to go into that novel. A lot of them begin with C, so I think the sound, the initial sound of a C, quite sort of hard, sort of medium hard sound can be quite good. I think the words I invent tend to have a C at the beginning, and if not at the very beginning, they're then in the middle. So words ending in a C are interesting. Like elastic, of course. I think I'm not so keen on words ending in a C. Magic, of course. Ecstatic is interesting, but it's saved by a C after the E, and that's at the beginning. So that changes the flow of the word quite a bit. Ecstatic. Typically, whatever you're writing, you're going to be utilizing plenty of words beginning with a C. I would imagine. I use, I don't know how many each day, but it's a wide range of words. So I may come back and write my favourite if I can, but for now this ends the video just as a short exploration into the world of C, a very short, and I may do an edition of my favourite words because I'm going to have to think about that so hard. Maybe I'll go back on some of my novels and see if anything jumps out, but there's just so many worlds you can have with C. Hey as well, of course, and D and all of the letters. I'm not sure that I have a favourite right now, but anyway, let me know if you observe a conniption, and if not, try not to have a conniption.